Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 477, delivering a manuscript to your editor. Oh, there's Stanley, he's right behind me. Eyeball. Yep, we go out again as soon as we're done. There's a moose in the woods. Yeah, we'll be watching out for that. Alright, when you deliver your manuscript to the editor, you want it in decent shape. And this isn't you read it 20 times and you're looking for perfection. I need to have it perfect because your idea of perfect isn't going to be your editor's idea of perfect at all. I thought I killed my first manuscript, and I thought I killed my 20th manuscript, and the editor made some 2,000, 3,000 suggestions in the manuscript. So that was a little bit shocking from my perspective. 5,000 is, I think, my most. But the editor said 10 to 20,000 are the worst ones. And when there's that many, it's almost like the editor is rewriting the whole book. So decent shape. You're shooting for maybe 2,000, 3,000 tweaks from your editor, commas, little change in subject matter, maybe moving some words around. Just making your words better. Make your story better. Hit your deadlines. The editors are working, and they allocate time to each author, and you got to hit your deadline. If you miss it by a few days, think about the editor. These are 3 days where they're not getting paid unless they move something else up, and then you get moved back into that next slot if the next person is ready early. If not, you just cost the editor 3 days worth of pay, 3 days worth of work. So think about that. But it wasn't ready. Well, then you should plan better. Make sure it is ready if you have a deadline to deliver it to your editor, and give them the best copy possible. So write well, practice at writing well, and deliver a good story. I don't know why this earbud keeps popping out. Sometimes you need to format as your editor likes. Now, the good news is my editor formats and deals with Word. I write in Word. So Word, tracking, all of that stuff, it makes it idiotically simple. Google Docs, I've never had great luck with Google Docs, and when editing in there, it just changes. It just looks too weird for me. I can't deal with it. So Word, it is a match made in heaven. The editor works in Word. I work in Word. Life is good. So with the track changes feature, you can look through every single edit if you want. Usually I look through all the comments and then go back to it. File naming convention. This is an important element. Make sure that when you send a copy to your editor, you know exactly what copy you sent to the editor. You don't want to be guessing and send the wrong copy. I've gotten books from co-authors like, what the hell is this? This is horrible. And I actually got one sent to an editor, and the editor's like, this book's like half finished. And I looked at it, and I was sent the wrong copy. Don't do that. You're wasting everybody's time. And your own, too. And your money. And they should charge you more when you do that. Make sure you know exactly what file you're sending them. Usually I put a date on mine. Here's the date that I finished it, so I know this is the one, that's the date. And plus I always look at the file properties and make sure that I have the right dated file to go to the editor. And when I get it back, it has a different ending on the file name, and then I go through the edits, and then I change that file name as well. So when I upload it to Amazon, I know exactly the file I'm uploading. It was this date, post edits, good to go. Post proofread, good to go. The better you write, the more your editor will find the things you need them to find. If you don't have a developmental editor, then your copy editor will still see things because this is what they do for a living. They read books. So line edit, they'll take care of that stuff. But if it's a pretty clean manuscript, they might say, hey, well, this part of the story kind of lost me. How valuable would that be? But if they're making 10,000 edits on your file, they're not catching anything other than, man, your verb doesn't agree with your subject, and the commas are all out of place, and you're using periods when it should be a comma, and it's chaos in here. They'll never find the deeper stuff. It's going to be all topical. So the better you write, the more your editor will look forward to getting your manuscript, and you want your editor to be happy. Happy editors do better edits. Happy spouses make better meals. And especially if you take your turn. If you're happy, you cook a great meal too. Everybody wins when people are happy. So write well, practice, turn in a good manuscript, and make sure that you hit your deadline. Deliver that optimal book on time and keep your editor happy. They'll keep you happy. All right. Peace, fellow humans.